Hello everyone. So today I'm going to add a new feature to this root motion based locomotion system. If the character falls from a very high place, it will fall flat on the ground like this and stand up. Let me show you again. Here, this is the feature I'm going to add today. So I had already implemented this. So if the character fall from a short distance, short height, let me show you, like this, it will just do this, and if it falls a little more, it will do the no, still that. It will fall a little more height, it will do a rolling like this, and if we do more than that, it will just fall flat. Let me show the fall flat part again, like this. See? Alright, so let's see how to implement this. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is this. When my character falls from an edge like this, a higher ledge like this, so after a while I'm gonna enable the ragdoll. So how do I do that? Well, we already have this ease in air check in the blueprint update animation, but let me delete this unused stuff. But I think I should detect if I am falling too low in the character blueprint. So here is falling, let's collapse this for detect. Right, so in order to activate the ragdoll, we should at least fall longer than 1 second. So we can have a branch here. If is falling true, let's get time seconds. This returns the time in seconds since the beginning of the gameplay. So I promote this to a variable fall started time. If this is true, yeah, let's set this fall started time after do once node, because we should start only at the beginning of the falling start, and we can reset this only if this part is called. That means we have stopped falling, that means we have landed. Okay, so anyhow, this path should continue. Oh wait, we can have the, no, we don't need a sequence here actually. We can have a reset in the false, and I'll call the output with the sequence, so that no matter what happens here, this node where the execution will return from this node. Like this. So we don't have to worry about exiting the execution after this condition check. Okay, so we need another sequence here. So in this sequence we have to do another check. If the fall started time and the current time, so current time minus fall started time. If this one is larger than 1 second, that means we have been falling for more than a second. If that is true, we can enable ragdoll. So how to enable ragdoll? Get the mesh, set simulate physics, set all bodies to simulate physics to true. What's the collision class? This should be, I think it should be ragdoll. Right, shall we check? No. What's wrong? Does the execution come to this part? Alright, here in the false case we haven't connected to the output, so yeah, that should be the issue. Now let's check. Okay, enable the ragdoll. Now as you can see, the camera was moved. The reason is we have attached the camera to the capsule. So if I enable leave the capsule visible, you will see the capsule is here and the body is there. That's the issue. So how to prevent that? Well, we have to attach the camera boom to the mesh. Let's attach it to the pelvis. Okay, since the pelvis is we have enabled the collision test, it's going underground or something happens, so that's why camera moves closer. To prevent that, well, I'll attach the camera boom back to the capsule, and how to keep this character mesh within the capsule. So if I check, right, so here for this character has this root mesh, and if I go to the physics body, the constraints, what if I simulate selected? No. Yeah, instead of this, I'll create a custom event called toggle ragdoll. The reason to use toggle is because later I'm going to implement a method to recover from ragdoll as well. Enable. If it is true, well, I could do the same. Now I have to call this from the tick. Toggle ragdoll. Enable true. Now what if instead of this we have another one, set simulate, set all bodies below simulate physics. Now here what if I use something like pelvis? What are the constraints of the pelvis? Constraints only to spine 1. Can I add another constraint with the oh no, we can't do it with the root. Let's add another no, let's copy the root bone name and let's see what happens if I set the root as the bone to simulate the physics. It didn't make any change. Okay, right. What if we add another physics body to the root as well? Let's try that. Add shape, add a box. Okay, now we should be able to define a constraint with the pelvis. Oh, select the root. Now select the pelvis, simulate. Okay, now it keeps the distance from the root to pelvis. That's not good. Right, so select the constraint, and for the linear motions I'll set X and I'll keep X and Y locked and is set free. And let's see what happens now. Right, so actually no use from using this pelvis and root physics simulation object. The problem with moving away the mesh from the capsule is when I try to wake up, when the character tries to stand up, the character will be snapped back to the the correct location that the root bone should have been when we again play an animation after disabling the ragdoll. So to demonstrate that, let's see, let's have another boolean variable here, ragdoll enabled, and in the onLanded, where's the onLanded event? Here. Oh, we should collapse this, otherwise we would run out of room here. Here, take a branch. If ragdoll is enabled, we can't do this. Only if we haven't enabled ragdoll, we can play this rolling landing animations. If the ragdoll is enabled, let's give some time to settle the body, let's say 3 seconds, and then let's toggle ragdoll false, and let's see what happens. So here we need to implement set simulate new simulate, set it to false, no, set it to, yeah, not true, false. Okay, now let's see what happens. Nothing. Why is that? Oh, sorry, we still didn't set this. Actually, we can set it here. Now let's try again. Still didn't get disabled. Let's check. Sorry, this should be false here in the onLanded event. Sorry about that. Let's check again. Okay, see, it was reset, but the character is somewhere else, and there is a rotation. Also, the capsule is also rotated for some reason, not sure why. So how to fix it? Alright, so I have imported these animations, this one and this fall in flat impact, and this get up animation. So let's put these animations into our falling system and see how it works. Oh, there is a issue in the leg, I notice. Yeah, what, I'm not sure what happens there. Maybe we should stop the animation here. Let's fix that later. First, let's set up these animations. So fall in, let's create a montage, and we need to loop this. So how do we loop it? Okay, like this, and fall in flat. This also need to be a montage. and get up, also a montage. Alright, now when I in this toggle ragdoll, maybe before going for the ragdoll, let's try the system without the ragdoll, only with the animations. So I'll skip this part a little bit and play anime montage. Montage is falling, and then in the on landed, alright, instead of this one, let's keep it aside for a moment. I'll play anime montage. Well, I'll use this one because we have better control there. Fall flat impact, and when it starts to blend out, I'll play montage stand up. Oh, what's the animation? Getting up. Right, now I'll call this on landed without a delay. Let's see how it looks. Alright, there is a small issue, but we should be able to fix it with root motion. If I enable root motion, let's see how it looks. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so I need to remove the Z part from the animation. Right, I fixed it. I removed the Z component. That means previously I had transferred this moving up part also to the root bone, so I transferred it back to the pelvis. So it looks fine, but except this small issue, this leg rotation. So I'll remove the frames after this, so it stops here. Right, now let's look. Oh, we still have that issue. Right, should be fine now. Oh yeah, there was a small issue. The animation looked paused at the end. That's because we have this here, the length that we have used for the montage is 7.6, but it should be but now after removing that part from the animation it's only 6.2. so let's make this 6.2. now it should be fine. And also you should have noticed that the character slides a little bit forward when it try to stand up. That's because the mismatch of the end frame of the starting frame of this animation and in this volume end of this animation. So here, let me show you a reference. I'll use this code like me as the reference. Here the foot is here, but in the getting up, foot is here. So what we should do is either we should move this animation back here, or the falling animation we should move forward. But let's see in the falling animation, I think it matches with the getting up, so therefore let's move this fall flat to the location where to match with the getting up. So falling flat should be moved forward a little bit. Let's go to the right view. It's here. Falling is okay, falling flat is the problem. Should be fine now. Let's add a key and apply. Yeah, now there is minimum sliding on the ground. Alright, now the system is working. So the next part we have to figure out is this falling animation is not fully playing. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Falling montage. This one. It should be like this, but that's not what I'm seeing here. Alright, I think I know what happens. So what happens is this part keep calling because as in the tick I am not calling this only once, I am calling this continuously because this condition keep being true as long as I am falling. So therefore here also I'll add once. Is this the place I should do that? No, I think I should have handled it here. So like this. Let's add another branch, and we should continue only if this one is not equal. No, this one is not equal to the current value in the ragdoll. That means if the ragdoll is enabled, we shouldn't enable it again. If the ragdoll is disabled, we shouldn't disable it again. Not equal to this one. Now it should be fine. See, like that. But my legs are inside the wall, so therefore maybe we might be able to fix it if I enable this ragdolls only after, let's say, pelvis. But I have to disable it as well after falling down. Now this is where we should see the snapping effect. Let's see. See, there was a snapping. So how can we avoid it? Let's give some delay here, like 5 seconds to settle down. Oh no, sorry, I should give the delay before making it stop simulating physics. Oh, wrong again. But it has already taken 30 minutes, so maybe I should cover this part in the next episode. So in the next episode we will see how to fix that legs going inside the cube. Actually we might be able to do a temporary fix with slight modifications to the animation, but something like this. Get the calf. Calf L and calf R. Oh, we are in the montage. Oh, we have to go to the here, right? Now add a key and apply. I will disconnect this for now. See, now it's minimized. Alright, so and also while we are standing up, we should disable movements. It's not moving actually because we have enabled the root motion, so not a problem. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this episode right here. So in another episode, let's see how to use the ragdolls and how to enable and disable it to properly make it work. So as always, project files will be available for the download through the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. So thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.